Crocodiles are some of the most ancient predators on the planet. But today, they are part not only of the wild, but also of a global industry. Crocodile processing plants are massive facilities where these animals are transformed into both meat and leather. For some, it's an exotic delicacy. For others, it's a multi-million-dollar business. But how does it all work inside? What really happens behind the walls of these enterprises? Let's take a look. The path to crocodile processing begins on farms. Here, eggs are collected either from the wild or from females kept in special enclosures. Each egg is carefully inspected and placed into incubators. Temperature and humidity are monitored down to a single degree. Even the slightest deviation could kill the embryo. After several weeks, tiny crocodiles hatch. In the wild, most of them wouldn't survive, but on farms, the survival rate is much higher. From this moment, they grow under constant supervision by specialists. Young crocodiles are placed in special pools. These contain warm water, sandy areas for resting, and UV lighting to mimic sunlight. Workers carefully monitor their diet. Meals are balanced to ensure the animals grow quickly while staying healthy. Gradually, the juveniles are moved into larger enclosures. By this time, they reach about 1 meter in length. These enclosures closely resemble natural habitats: spacious ponds, sandy islands, and groups of several dozen individuals. Veterinary staff is always present at the farm. Crocodiles are regularly examined, vaccinated, and monitored for behavior. After all, the ultimate goal is to produce healthy, high-quality raw material for processing. Crocodile meat is considered a delicacy. Its taste is often compared to chicken or fish, but it has its own unique texture and flavor. It is high in protein and very low in fat. The meat is popular in restaurants across Asia, Australia, and even parts of Europe. But the real treasure is the skin. It is used to make luxury goods, handbags, shoes, belts. In the fashion world, genuine crocodile leather is among the most expensive and prestigious materials. This is why the crocodile processing industry is growing so rapidly. Before an animal can be processed, it must reach a certain size and weight. Typically, this takes 2 to 3 years. By then, a crocodile is about 2 meters long and weighs dozens of kilograms. Farmers keep precise records. Each crocodile has its own code and growth data. Once it reaches the required parameters, it is moved to special holding areas for preparation before processing. Processing always begins with humane slaughter. This stage is carried out strictly according to standards to minimize stress for the animal. The quality of the meat and the condition of the skin depend on this. The next step is butchering. First, the skin is carefully removed. Every effort is made to keep it intact. Any mistake can reduce its value dramatically. The carcass is then sent to the cutting line where meat is separated from bones. This work is done either by skilled workers manually or with the help of automated machines that speed up the process. Crocodile meat is thoroughly cleaned of fat, tendons, and small bones. It is then washed in several stages using clean running water and advanced filtration systems. After this, the meat is sorted. Fillet cuts are reserved for the premium segment, restaurants, supermarkets, and export. Less tender cuts are processed into minced meat or semi-finished products. To preserve freshness, the meat is vacuum-packed or quickly frozen. Thanks to this, it can be stored for months and transported internationally without issue. The skin is one of the most valuable products. After removal, it is immediately sent to specialized workshops. There, workers scrape away residual flesh and fat before beginning the preservation process. The skin is salted or placed in special solutions to prevent decomposition. The next step is tanning, which makes the material durable and long-lasting. Depending on the order, the leather can be processed to become soft and flexible or firm and rigid. The final touches are dyeing and polishing. This is where the signature shine of crocodile leather is achieved, the quality that makes it so highly prized. Today's crocodile processing plants rely on advanced technology. Automated lines can process dozens of carcasses per hour, while refrigeration complexes ensure proper storage of the products. Quality control systems check every piece of meat and every skin. Any deviation from standards means the batch is redirected for secondary processing or disposal. A brand's reputation depends on consistently delivering high-quality products to the market. After primary processing, crocodile meat must be reliably preserved. Processing plants use the technology of shock freezing. In special chambers, the temperature instantly drops to 35 delicacies. This locks in the flavor and texture of the product, preventing the formation of large ice crystals. The frozen meat is packed into vacuum-sealed bags and placed in cold storage facilities, where a stable temperature of about 18 degrees Celsius is maintained. Under such conditions, the meat can be stored for up to 12 months while preserving all of its qualities. Some batches are not frozen, but simply chilled. This product is intended for restaurants, where freshness and minimal exposure to cold are especially important. In such cases, the shelf life is limited to just a few days, and logistics work on a from factory to kitchen principle as quickly as possible. Crocodile meat and leather are part of a global market. Processing plants cooperate with restaurants and boutiques in Asia, Europe, and the United States. For delivery, special refrigerated trucks and containers are used, ensuring temperature control throughout the entire journey. Export logistics is a complex system. Every shipment is accompanied by quality certificates, veterinary documents, and sometimes even licenses for trading in wildlife. Since crocodiles are protected by international organizations. Interestingly, some countries impose export quotas. This is done to maintain a balance between industry and nature. As a result, crocodile processing is strictly regulated at the international level. In different countries, crocodile meat is prepared in unique ways. In China, it is braised with vegetables. In Thailand, it is grilled with spicy seasonings. In Australia, it is served as a steak with barbecue sauce. In France and Italy, it becomes part of refined gourmet dishes. Filet cuts are considered a delicacy, while less tender pieces are turned into sausages, pâtés, and ready-to-cook products. This ensures almost the entire carcass is used with minimal waste. The market is gradually expanding. More and more people are discovering this product. For some, it's an exotic curiosity. For others, a valuable source of lean and nutritious protein. After tanning and dyeing, crocodile leather is sent to light industry enterprises. Here, it is turned into accessories, footwear, belts, and even interior items. Its high price is explained by the complexity of processing and the rarity of the material. For example, a crocodile leather handbag can cost tens of thousands of dollars. In the fashion world, such items are seen as symbols of luxury and status. Manufacturers pay close attention to quality. Unique codes and markings are applied to each skin to trace its origin and confirm its legality. This is particularly important in the fight against illegal trade. Crocodile processing plants represent a massive business. Each year, the industry generates billions of dollars. In some countries, such as Thailand, Vietnam, and Australia, it has become an essential part of the economy. Farms and factories create jobs, stimulate agriculture, and attract investments. In addition, part of the profits goes toward wildlife conservation programs. Controlled farming helps reduce poaching. It is easier and more profitable to raise crocodiles on farms than to hunt them in the wild. However, as the industry develops, many questions arise. How ethical is it to process crocodiles? What is the environmental impact of production? Farms argue that their activities help preserve wild populations, since demand is met by farm-raised animals in controlled environments. More and more companies are also adopting green technologies, water recycling, renewable energy use, and waste management systems. Modern factories strive to minimize their ecological footprint. Interestingly, crocodile processing is also connected to scientific research. Scientists study the composition of crocodile meat, its health benefits, and develop new methods of leather treatment. Moreover, crocodile blood contains unique substances that may be useful in medicine. This makes farms and factories important research grounds that could bring benefits to humanity in the future. The crocodile has always been a symbol of strength and survival. In different cultures, it has been depicted in frescoes, heraldry, and legends. Today, it has become part of the global economy. Crocodile processing plants are not just factories. They are entire complexes where nature meets technology, and an ancient predator is transformed into products for people around the world. The journey of a crocodile from egg on a farm to a finished product in a store or boutique is long and complex. Incubators, farms, processing, tanning, freezing, logistics, all are parts of a single chain. Every piece of meat and every hide goes through dozens of stages of inspection and preparation before reaching the end consumer in perfect condition. The crocodile processing industry is a fusion of tradition and innovation, business and science, exoticism and everyday life. And perhaps that is its uniqueness. An ancient symbol of nature has become part of the modern world.